Now, West Australians are heading back to the polls for their rerun Senate election next month, and the reasons why are being explained in Parliament House today. Former Federal Police Commissioner Mick Keelty investigated the loss of those 1,300 ballots, and he's told a parliamentary inquiry that the Electoral Commission let itself down through a combination of poor leadership and general apathy.
As boxes were used and reused and packed and repacked, they had different polling stations in them, different party outcomes in them. So the whole thing is like a Russian doll. So you need to preserve the containers. And of course, coming from an investigations background, where we have so much effort around the continuity of exhibits and the forensic examination and being accountable for things, this really surprised me. But again, I suppose you know better than I, but so many elections have happened and so many elections appear to have gone well. So it's hard to strike a balance with this. This was a disaster.
Do you think that the capacity to actually implement procedures on a local level, nationwide, given the vagaries in abilities and experience that will occur depending on whereabouts in the country you are, you think there is a capacity to be able to do that from an administrative perspective?
Yes, I do, as long as the right people are in place. I think there needs to be some, and I've got to say, this is not specific to the AEC. My own experience in other agencies, including my former agency, it's very, I think it's very healthy to rotate senior staff so that they've got the experience in the eastern states and they can look at what's happening in the western states and vice versa. It's not about the individual, it's about the individual level of experience. One of the things that did surprise me here, and I guess it's common to some government departments, where there was a lot of people I came across who have had their entire career in the Electoral Commission. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with that, except to say that the diversity, the opportunities to grow in your own skill set are very limited. Why didn't anyone say, hey, shouldn't we be tracking these a little bit better now? And as the problems become harder, like more people on the electoral roll, larger ballot papers, one would think that we would need to be thinking about how to deal with the logistics. Now, some companies actually call themselves logistic companies. They don't. You see on the side of their trucks on the highway, logistics, because everybody now is attuned to the fact that there's a better way to do business. So why that went wrong is I suspect there's a lack of stimulation of some of the management staff who were not good leaders.
And that was the investigator Mick Keelty and former Federal Police Commissioner. Of course, the AEC did lose two senior leaders, including its very own Commissioner Ed Killerstein here in Canberra, as a result of the botched WA process. Now, right